Sanders to begin the drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Our game here, the Vikings and Eagles, the second of 2 on this Monday night. The Titans and Bills kicked off a little over an hour ago up in Buffalo. And this, our only Monday night doubleheader of the season, but rumor is might have a few more for 2023.
There's the option going left on second down. Hurts fumbles it. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Touchdown, Philadelphia!
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-0. The touchdown. Here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And some room to work. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
That's a nice run right there. Able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
2 yards the loss, second and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. Touchdown, Vikings! Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Another run here with Sanders. And he's got room. There he goes left side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Eagles have moved out in front. Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get...
He's got a man, complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They run the counter with Cook. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
Now a give running right, it's Cook. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Back-to-back runs that have been stacked up.
Yeah, and now you got to say to yourself, what do we go to try and get this running game going? Do we change up formations? Do we change personnel? Do we get a little more movement pre-snap? All those things are things that they should be doing anyway, because unless you've got superior talent, you can't just line up and do the same thing over and over.
How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. Up the middle, it's Cook. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Javon Hargrave there on the stop.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Here's Newton. This one caught. It's the tight end Hockenson. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Here's Newton.
We're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted.
Darius Slay with a pick.
And the Eagles are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. On 1st down, Hurts. That's swung out wide to Sanders.
And some room to run now. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Hurts. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Quez Watkins.
His first touchdown of the new season.
And the Eagles have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Elliott good on the extra point. And it's now 21-7. The touchdown. Here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
From the 27, Newton. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Brandon Graham applied the heat off the edge. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down. Now Newton. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away.
Scott to return it.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On third down, they'll run it with Sanders. Running right through it. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48.
119 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10.
Hurts gets this as Sanders has it poked free. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Call that a very strong gain of 24. Cook up the gut. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. They run again on first down. Cook. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That really sets them back, a loss of 6. So a nightmare start to the drive as they're already staring at 2nd and long. They fake the give. Newton.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw, Newton. He finds his target, Allen. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are back within a score.
Joseph connects on the extra point.
And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Scott on the return out of the end zone. But ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, trying to atone for it here on this drive.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he'll get this forward only for about a yard, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Here's Hurts to throw.
And that is incomplete.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3-and-out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
This is taken at the 15.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, but also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Having someone like T.J. Hockenson as your starting tight end makes you feel good as an organization, because he finds ways to get open and gives his quarterback a reliable safety net over the middle or even to the edges. Case in point there, that play for a first down.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. From the 29, Newton. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. This offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. From the red zone now, Newton. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
Jalen Reagor was the intended receiver.
And that'll bring up second down.
20.
Newton now to throw.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. This is caught, and he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Play action, it's Newton.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, the best don't mind making tough throws, but that was a real difficult one right there. Out of the pocket, trying to beat double coverage. More times than not, that's going to end up as an incomplete pass, if not worse.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Trying the power game with Ham. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder. And they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Now Newton on 3rd and goal. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Eagles are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. As we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the 3rd quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the 3rd quarter.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
This is caught inside the 15.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And Cook has it, left side. Touchdown, Vikings!
Dalvin Cook,
a 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Vikings are an extra point away from drawing level. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And we are tied at 21. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change their mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Throwing is Hurts. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Hurts.
And that is is incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
So a response there to the touchdown of the opening drive of this third quarter as they're able to reclaim the lead.
And I think he'll take that because obviously you'd like to be able to match them touchdown for touchdown, but the first order of business was to get the lead back, and they've done that. Now you want to give a good pep talk to your defense to take it from there.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated.
And nothing but daylight ahead. 20. And all the way down to the 5.
140 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first and goal situation. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
On second down, Cook. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3.
Were you as surprised as I was that they actually ran it on second down there? I thought that they would go ahead and throw it in every situation here.
They've thrown for 3 touchdown passes. Now here, I think they probably go back to the air.
Yeah, I think so, but ordinarily, second down is when you run your play fake, your play action.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Dalvin Cook,
his second touchdown of the night.
and the Vikings have taken the lead here in this third quarter. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And that will make this a 4-point game.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it. And he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. They'll go again with Sanders. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. From Viking territory now, they'll come on 1st and 10, right at the 40. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long.
They have pressure coming, and they got him once again. Danielle Hunter, his 2nd sack of the night. Here's Brett Kern now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. To throw on 2nd and 6. Newton. He's got a man complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight.
And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Newton.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
This is caught inside the 15. So 1st and goal. 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run with Cook. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They try again with Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Dalvin Cook.
His 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game.
And the Vikings are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Scott on the return out of the end zone.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. The 40. Boston Scott. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Eagles. And that big 4th quarter return, Charles, makes this a 1-score game.
And now it all comes down to philosophy. All right, they just had a big return for a touchdown, so the momentum is high. Do you want to ride that and go for 2? Or do you just...
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Lewis Seen.
He's got daylight. He's at the 40. The 20. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. So now the other return teams out there, as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it. Here's Cook. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Running for it. Here's Cook. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. Dalvin Cook turned away on 4th down. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts.
And this is caught. That's Watkins.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
He's brought down at the 15-yard line.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
2nd down, back to Sanders.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
He'll look to throw.
On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his 2nd one.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Cook running right. Oh, good move. Again the juke. Room here to run. And he's taken down inside the 30.
186 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
Here's Cook again.
And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out. Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Now it's Newton. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield. But when push came to shove, they stood their ground. Now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
20.
They'll run for it. Cook. The Vikings unable to convert here on fourth. And the Eagles defense able to hold. So they've gone for it twice now on fourth down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
Obviously, the excitement level here is almost a fever pitch. Down 1. It's tempting to go for 2. I say you go ahead and kick the extra point. You got the home crowd carried into overtime.
I'm with you. I do see some fans are holding up 2 fingers. Easy now.
Yeah, they're not the ones who have to actually make that call, are they?
Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now.
The Vikings take over first down and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Here's Newton. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And this is going to be intercepted. And he will be taken down, and that means we are headed to overtime. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Well, that's one stuff. We'll see if this defense has another in their back pocket.
And I just wonder on the other side of the ball, do you just challenge the big guys up front? This is a short yardage situation. We ought to be able to pick this up. Or do you say to yourself, they are awfully tough. I've got to throw it on this down.
Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. First throw in overtime for Newton. Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And it'll be a turnover on downs. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off. But in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
And it's no good. Elliott pulled it, and we will play on here in overtime.
Oh, that's so deflating, Brandon, because you know he was thinking to himself, just give me a shot. Just put us in a position to win the game, and I'll get it done. For this kick, not on target, and we'll keep going here.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Getting the ball is Cook, running left. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory.
And a tackle there by C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
That sack courtesy of the effort of Haason Reddick.
It's been quite the impressive career resurgence for Haason Reddick. Focusing now more on rushing the passer, the linebacker has 23.5 sacks in his last 2 seasons.
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Under pressure, they got him again. Brandon Graham able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
And here's Ryan Wright now.
On for a very important punt here in overtime.
Oh, the return is Scott. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return.
And the Eagles will have it, taking over a 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
All right, Charles, so this offense, they need to mount something here. Time is dwindling. They can't get anything going on this drive. This one might end in a tie.
Yeah, that clock putting a little extra pressure on them, right? So now, as you look at the playbook, what are you breaking out? Is there something you haven't used before? Is there something you used earlier that you can go back to? Or can one of your guys just make one of those big-time plays that decides this game?
My goodness, 225 yards rushing for him now as he was just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Another run here with Sanders. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. They've had some success here in overtime of this opening drive running the football right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there available to them.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. This is complete to Watkins on the slant.
He'll get it inside the 20.
And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to one possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. In this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for Philadelphia, they